So one area I want to clarify, I kind of put my character here, is if you find that when you break line of sight from your enemy, he still follows you. See that? But if you go up here, kind of like, see how I'm running up here, and I'm going to try to get away from, what you'll notice is, as I go this way, where is he at? He doesn't see me. See that? Because we broke line of sight. If you see that that's not working, go back into your behavior tree and select your reset player on scene. And make sure that your key isn't set to patrol point, it's set to player actor. So that's what he's seeing for. And I rename my node reset player scene. So that's kind of the main reason. I was getting emails from some of my students on that. So what we want to do is, you can see we have this reset value task. What we want to do is another one for attack. So go ahead and open up your enemy behavior tree. And go to new task and then click this first option here. And what we want to do is rename this. So I'm going to go back into my let's close this for a second. You'll notice that inside of here it created a new object. I'm just going to rename this one do attack task. And it's just going to store it in the same folder as your behavior tree. So you can see here if we go through it, now we have a do attack task, a reset value task. So if I click on that, you can see that it opens it up now. So what I'm going to do is create two new variables. And one is going to be called target actor. It's what we want to apply damage to from our enemy. And then we're going to make that one of type blackboard. And then we want to make this one a float. And this is the amount of damage we want to apply to our player. I'm going to go ahead and compile that and save it. And for my damage, I'm just going to set it to 0.3 for now. Okay, so what I did is, to save time, I went ahead and constructed this. Let me compile and save this too. I turned on public for both of these variables. So what you want to do is grab an event receive execute node. And what that's saying is, as we receive our event, we're going to check whether or not it's valid. And what we're checking is the input that we're receiving, is it the target actor? Right? Now remember, this target actor node is linking to our Blackboard event. So you can see we have our variable target actor. It's a Blackboard key, so it's referencing our Blackboard. And it's checking if the input object is one of those, is the actor from our Blackboard. So if I save this, we jump back to our Blackboard here, you can see that we only have one player actor, and that's this guy here. So we're checking if our target actor is that player actor. And we're doing that by checking if it's with the using that Blackboard node. So let's dock this up here to make it a little bit easier. So if it is valid, we're going to apply damage. How much damage are we going to apply, and to what are we applying the damage to? Well, we're applying the damage to our actor. And the amount of damage is this damage variable that we created. And then we finish the execution here. And what we're targeting is that blueprint class. Alright, so let's jump back into our enemy Blackboard, and we want to go back to our behavior tree. And also another thing is, people often were complaining that they would go to their Blackboard and they wouldn't be able to execute their behavior tree. The reason is, you want to select your behavior tree first, and then that'll show you what is linked to it. So I'm going to shift both of these guys over. Come on. There we go. And I want to grab from our tasks here, a do attack task. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move to the player, we're going to wait 2 seconds if he doesn't see it, and then we're going to attack our main player. So go ahead and select this. Now what we want to within this, we want to give our name, our node a name, and that's going to be the damage player. You know what I'd like to do actually is I'm going to delete this, and I want to create a do attack task, the new one, because what that'll allow me to do is select what I want to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. And what I'm looking to attack is the player actor, and then the node name will be damage player. So I'll go ahead and save that. Actually, you know what we can do is I'm going to move to the character, damage them, and then once I damage them, I'm going to wait 2 seconds. That might be a little bit more interesting. And then reset the player's sight, and then try to find the actor, the main character again, or the player again. All right, so now let's go ahead and save this. What will happen now is our character will run up and try to damage our guy, but we're not going to see any difference in the health. So you can see here, like nothing's happening to our health. You can see he hit us, he ran, he's moving away. He did that subtle wait, you know. And so what we want to do is we want that to bring our health down. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to Blueprints. I'm going to select my first person controller. Alright, so what I'm going to do is off to the side here is I'm going to right click and I'm going to add an event, any damage. And what this is going to do is as our player walks into, or as anything interacts with our player, for example the enemy, it's going to decrease our health. So what I'm going to do is pause the video and I'm going to break out the nodes, then I'll explain it after. Alright, so pause it and then go ahead and block this out. So really quick explanation is I grabbed my player health from here and I did a get. If you remember, player health is set to 1. And what we're doing is damage is going to decrease our player health, and the max that we can go is 0. And then and here we're event any damage, we're setting our health here. Alright, let's go ahead and compile and save that, jump back in and press play. Now when our enemy runs up to us, it should take off our health and then they should run away. So you can see that.